The final match of the first part of round 1 will be between Southampton Hitmontop and the North Korean Nosepass. Southampton Hitmontop has had a very hard past couple seasons. He was finally able to make it into playoffs in this season after barely missing for the past 2 seasons. What do you think, Big Pugs, about the Southampton Hitmontop?
The name of the game when it comes to Tony is creativity. I think he is a player that, although he does like to win and tries to win his games, he will not take the most efficient technique available, the meta, into his calculations a lot of the time. He'll go for weird ways to win games. Does this translate into consistent wins? No, it really never does. But it does translate into some really, really interesting games that twist the dimensions of what you think as a trainer, or what you think as the player going in. You expect, some sort of baseline, and he is the best at just diverging into some weird trick room, weather setting, like ultimate Exodia deck that finds a way to 6-0 you through. So, going in, the one thing you have to be just aware for Tony is there is some weird, there's some weird shit you're going to have to get through, and you're going to have to be able to make adjustments in-game, because when you're out of the game, when you're prepping for them, you'll have no idea what's coming.
Trevor?
Yeah, I have to echo that to a T. I think more so than most players, I am afraid to play Tony, because at least even other players that I know are good, Pat Flynn, Chris George, the greats among them, I can at least look at their team of 10 and maybe figure out 1 or 2 sets pretty reliably. I look at Tony's 10 mons. Most of the time, there's at least 1 or 2 mons in there I've never even seen before to begin with. On top of that, trying to prep around it and figure out exactly what he's going to do, almost impossible. I find that trying to pin him down is something you really can never achieve, and the best way to play into him is develop your own game plan and hope that it's enough.
So, Southampton Hitmontop sitting at 14-8 with a 22 differential in 4th place. They'll be going against North Korean Nosepass with Big Pugs himself, 13-9 and a 20 differential, sitting at the 13th place. How do you feel about this play against Tony specifically? I know you just said that it's about creativity and whatnot.
Well, first of all, let's put some respect on my name. I joined the league when the team I was on was 2-7, and I forfeited 2 games, meaning that I'm actually 11-0 this season personally, or something like that. It's I might be 1 loss, but it's not many. So you get your stats right. Second of all, again, like I said, going into Tony, to be honest, my team is an interesting one, because throughout the season, kind of my only focus was just playing with Komo-o. Those who have been around the UCL circle know this is my favorite Pokemon. It's my bread and butter. So I've just kind of been playing with Komo-o the whole season, and was kind of lucky enough to land on a lot of really other good pieces. The downside of that is it's definitely overstacked the top of my roster, and I'm stuck with some funny little guys in the bottom half of the roster. So, going into Tony, I'm gonna have to find a way to flex these things like BHM, Nosepass, and Carnivine, and Garbodor into games that a lot of the games that they don't really have a place in most of the time.
Now, you did mention a couple of your mons. Let's go over the mons on both teams. First, for Tony, he's gonna have Tapu Bulu, Zeraora, Swellow, Bronzong, Walrein, Slowking, Flygon, Mimikyu, Skuntank, and Mega Camerupt. For the North Korean Nosepass, he's going to have Komo-o, Mega Manectric, Greninja, Miss Magus, Carnivine, Garbodor, Nosepass, Tapu Lele, Celesteela, and Bayhian.
One thing I did want to...
Go ahead. Tell me what you think.
One thing I did want to note before going into the match, for those more adept trainers among them and those who've watched the UCL, Tony is a trick room team. This is something that we knew going in, and I just wanted to make mention, because I do have the insight of being the trainer, is that I feel like both people knew going in that this is going to be a trick room matchup. This is something that, I think almost anybody could have guessed this was going to be in round 1. So I did actually have like a kind of fun little chance to use mons in a different way that I didn't always get to, because I did know the dimensions were going to be twisted, and I did know we're going to play in a different type of setting.
Yeah, and sort of going off that, it's also worth noting that I mean, like any Trick Room player, Tony does his homework. He knows to bring more than just one setter because you can't really plan the beginning of the game. If you're contingent upon that one mon to set it and that gets dropped, you're kind of shit out of luck. So he's usually smart enough to bring multiple, but something that I like, in particular with his gameplay, is he likes to bring in a Mimikyu to take advantage of that disguise in order to make sure he gets it off. So he's not going to die, only take 12.5% to guarantee Trick Room. Sure, Mimikyu, relatively fast, not the best mon to abuse the Trick Room, but as long as he gets it set up and then gets his big heavy hitters in, especially Mega Camera up, if you twist the dimensions, that thing is going ham, and it is very difficult to stop.
It's definitely going to shape up to be a very exciting match. We're going to get right to it, right after now. Fuck. What am I doing? Why would I say that? Like, this isn't just a regular match. This is playoffs. Get your head in the game, Alex. Come on. Come on. What are you doing? Come on. You need to get your head in the game before your match. You have to do this. This is your season. South Edge and Hitmontop will be on the player side, Zero Aura versus the Celesteela and North Korean Nosepass on the opponent side. Bulk Up is going to be able to survive this earthquake. Carnivine is going to be in now. Plasma Fist will be resisted by this Carnivine. Never seen a Carnivine in playoffs before.
Yeah, Carnivine was something that kind of just came onto the end of the roster at the end of the season. Didn't really have a spot for it, but rather than just kind of wanted a bulky grass type to switch into an Electrics, which is funny that it ended up becoming like such a big deal in round one, having to check this Zero Aura. But as you see as this match goes on, Carnivine is quite a threat.
Carnivine's going to be able to put the Zero Aura big tier 2 Pokemon to sleep here. It's going to wake up. Close Combat will bring it down under half. Synthesis will bring it back up to nearly 100%. Tapu Bulu is going to be switched in here. It's going to take a knockoff. There goes the Adrenaline Orb. What was he doing with that Adrenaline Orb? Celesteela is going to be in again. Swords Dance on the Tapu Bulu, but Celesteela surely will threaten this thing out. Close Combat will not kill the Celesteela. Celesteela is going to have a chance to attack. Heavy Slam will kill off the Tapu Bulu in the first kill of the game.
Yeah, really happy with how this Celesteela ended up playing out. It was Banded, which is a set that you don't often see coming out through Celesteela, but again, it had some big hits come out early on, which is pretty much all I wanted from it.
Zero Aura is going to be in now. It's going to bring down the Carnivine to 46%, but the Zero Aura will go down with that following knockoff. Carnivine very good in this game. Didn't expect that from a tier 5 Pokemon, never seen in playoffs before. It will get killed off in the end by the Stun Tank. Mega Manectrics in here now. It's going to hit a Thunderbolt. Does big damage onto the Stun Tank. Stun Tank goes for a nasty block and gets a Speed Berry going up here. The belt will be immune by that Celesteela, but in the second turn, it will get killed by the Fire Blast Combo in here now. It's going to get hit big by that belt here, and the substitute will fail. The Great Punch on the second turn will kill off the Stun Tank, but that Combo does not have a substitute now. Shadow Claw will kill off the break the disguise of the Mimikyu. Mimikyu is going to put in the Trick Room and kill the Komo-O with a Play Rough. It is now 3 versus 3. Anybody's game.
Really unfortunate there on that Belch. I had assumed it was a sound move. This was the soundproof Komo-O. Found out very quickly that it wasn't.
The Manectric will get brought down with the Mimikyu. It's 2 versus 2. Still very close. Greninja Torrent is in, but here comes the Calm Mind on this Bronzong. Bronzong is going to also have a Berry and survive that easily. Survive that flinch. Unfortunate for the Dark Pulse. The Dark Pulse will kill the Bronzong. Now all that's left is Slowking. Also weak to the Dark Pulse. Going to do over half damage, but here comes the... a second flinch on that Slowking. That will end the game.
Absolutely.
And the winner will be North Korea Nosepass.
Yeah, absolutely. That one came down to the wire there. I actually thought it was over when I had the Manectric in on the Mimikyu with the Savvy play on Tony to hit me with the Destiny Bond. Was able to pull it out with these Greninja Dark Pulses. The first one, although it did suck to just be on the Tony side, we didn't see the first flinch. Didn't matter quite as much, but the second one, just devastating into the hidden power, or into the weakness policy mon. Is what it is though, and lucky enough I was able to use my my tier 100 Greninja to pull this one out.
Definitely very unfortunate on that second weakness policy stop, the flinch. That Soaking could not kill that Greninja and have a chance. But in the end, unfortunately, because it flinched, the North Korean Nosepass will run away with this game. And we're going to move on to the next battle. Shit, no, we're not. I did it again. Come on. How could this happen? I messed up again in playoffs. Come on, Alex, get your head in the game. You gotta do this. Come on, get your head in the game. We have one more half to go. Let's go. That's actually gonna be it for this video. We're gonna work on the second half of the first round in the next video. We don't want the video to be too long. What do you think about these games?
Yeah, Alex, I'll get right into that, but you blacked out for a second there. Are you okay?
I'm okay. We're just don't worry about it. The main thing is we watched the videos that we're gonna watch today.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure you were good, man. You kind of like had a wispy stare there. You kind of like, drifted off. I just want to make sure you were all right.
I'm good. I think I just need a glass of water.
Yeah, Alex, a couple of really great matches here in the first round, the first half. Really excited to see how the second half plays out. A lot of variance in the games here. We see a lot of just really well-played games in the case of Chris versus Jamie. We also see RNG play a big case, and, Pat's game and my own. Yeah, and absolutely. And then we also see, the case of some new players kind of getting the nerves on there and win. The case of, Will and Harry maybe being able to pull it out. I think you kind of get all of the playoff storylines you expect to see. Big games, big moments. Can't wait to see what, the other side of the bracket has to show for us in the same places.
So the other side of the bracket, we have the Philadelphia Fearos versus the Emaus Empoleons. Emaus Empoleons first time in playoffs again. We have Soliana Alteria versus Christian Zonkirams, both playoff staples. We have Radioactive Dolphins finally making it back into playoffs versus Sam Time, always a championship hopeful. And we have Chico Chestnuts versus King, the greatest, the best of all time. Alex Trump second to UCL Playoffs. Which ones are you looking forward to?
Well, Alex, looking at these matches, I really only see three interesting ones. I think on the top, I would like to see how the Emaus and Empoleons come into playoffs the first time and match up against the powerhouse that is the Philadelphia Fearos. They used to be known as one of the better teams in the league, and while they had some dull years, they're coming back by force the last couple years. Right. I want to see if the Emaus and Empoleons have that upset potential. Second matchup I have to be looking forward to is the Commissioner, the Christian Zonkirams, versus Soliana Alterias. These are a lot of teams that I feel like they have fans, they have people rooting for them, and they have a lot of respect. But besides Galen's one championship season, a lot of them don't really have the results to back up what they, their force. I want to see which one of them is going to, take on and see how long they can push this playoff run in the most recent season. And the last most interesting one, I think, is Sam Time versus Brady. I think this is a personal rivalry. Beyond top of that, I think this is just an exciting rivalry itself. It's two players who joined around the same time, two players who, have history in other games. It's just ready for it. The only one that's not interesting is, the King match. How could that be interesting? It's rolling into just another free win. I'm just,
exactly.
Sure, knowing who you are, you'll probably play it up for content. Who knows? You might even throw for content because, at the end of the day, you are the king. But that match to me is less important because everyone knows if you wanted to win, you could,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I will.
Yeah. Okay. So you do. Okay. Yeah. So you will. Unless, this is a game.
If you do. Season.
Well, if you did theoretically lose, it would just be for content anyway, right?
Of course, but the Kings didn't win this season, so we don't need to worry about that.
Okay. So the viewers should expect you to win this game 100%, but if you were to lose, it would probably be for content. You're going to win, so it doesn't matter.
But 100%, I will win this game. I will destroy the Chico Chestnuts. He's my herald, actually.
There is no question in my mind. Actually,
so
I would guarantee.
How would I lose to that?
You know what? I'm going to say it right now. I guarantee that Finibus comes out of this game with a 6-0.
You know what? I'm going to just go ahead and say it. I think Chico Chestnut's going to forfeit before our match. I'm just going to win.
I think you will too. Yeah, this is too easy for you. Too easy for you.
You might as well just you don't want to take the 6-0 in playoffs. So you want to get at least 3-0.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's how I feel. I agree.
That's going to be it for this episode. We're gonna come back on the next half on the next episode. Fuck, I messed up again. What am I doing? This is right before my match, and I'm out here messing up on the commentary. I can't even commentate. I can't even talk right. This is all my fault. I'm such a loser. I'm not gonna make it to the next round. Why am I lying? I'm no king. Come on, Alex. Come on. Get your head in the game. This
Alex?
is Alex Grimes the second. The king. I'm lying. I'm no king. Himself. We'll see you again next time.
Peace, boys.